Hey you, hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. You right there watching this video, waiting for this live stream to start, or just watching the membership video, man, and why you should join the membership. Let's talk about it real quick, expeditiously. We got the 3 levels. You got the rookie level, got loyalty badges, you got custom emoji badges, and you have members on the live stream. As we get more people flowing in to join the membership, I have members only live chat. That means everybody can see the video that want to see the video, but only members will be able to chat. That's $3. That's a rookie. The All-Star, you get personal shout outs before the videos, maybe after the video, mostly likely before the videos. You give a priority to reply in the chat. So as soon as I see you, I reply before anybody else. Get early access to pretty much all my non-boxing videos there. $10 a month. Then we got the boxing pound for pound superstar for all my boxing boys and gals out there. Get early access to prediction and most of our boxing content, virtual video collaborations, and open debate. So, you want to pre-record or go live and debate me for a whole video, you got early access to new videos, some of the videos in the All-Stars will too, and priority reply in the comments. So I see in the comments, you get priority reply. No instant, that's $20 a month. So let me know what you guys think. Don't have a Patreon no more, so here's where you're gonna get some of that exclusive content I used to have on the Patreon. Peace.
What it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Most exciting man in boxing. Woo! Exciting man in boxing. Led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Woo! Yo, this is Deontay the Bronx Wilder, WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And I'd like to give a big shout out to CJ Goodfellas Sports TV. Bomb Squad, baby.
Man, here, man. 122 pounds, 10-5, man. Watch the Goodfellas Sports TV, bro.
Shout out to my friends from Goodfellas TV, from Alexis Too Sexy Salazar.
Hey, qué rollo, quiero mandar un saludo a mi amigo Goodfella de parte de tu amigo Jaime Munguía. Un abrazo, carnal. Ánimo.
All right, man, let's get down to it, man. Been a little bit out the loop, but I did watch the fight this morning. I wasn't as impressed as other people was. I mean, also my expectations wasn't that high. Dillian Whyte to begin with, so sorry my fan blowing the back, but it's warm today. Don't make no sense for the air conditions. It's gonna be back in the 40s and 50s on fucking like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. So we had a lot going on this weekend, man. I know most of y'all should know I got the puppy and stuff, so we've been ripping and running for the puppy, and still I got some of my car shit together finally. Got some of that together. Got to finish my front end work, and then I'll be Gucci. But other than that, man, I've been busy. So you know how it is. It just started to warm up. How that be? But did rewatch the fight this morning. I really didn't watch the post-fight interviews. I just read and heard people talk about the post-fight interview. So Fury stops Whyte 6 rounds. We talk about that. We'll be right to the Tyson Fury 6-round TKO victory over Dillian Whyte. Tyson Fury reveals he is retired from boxing and will not fight Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk 2 winner for Undisputed. And it's Deontay Wilder back in the heavyweight Undisputed title hunt after Tyson Fury retired from boxing. Now, I believe it when his belt is vacant. Let's talk about the fight, and then I kind of get into the other particulars about the fight, man. And somebody sent me something, and I'm gonna pull it up in a minute. But somebody sent me something, man. I remember seeing it, and got some news coming too sooner than later. But hold on, somebody sent me something earlier. I don't even know who saw that. I don't know who sent it to me, but somebody sent some real interesting earlier about Tyson Fury. Yeah, I got it pulled up. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it in a minute too. So stay tuned. So I watched the fight. Them motherfuckers look slow in the mug. Angel Santos told me about this dude. Actual facts. This pretty good. The citrusy beer. I mean, I ain't the biggest beer drinker, but I'll be trying different shit. I'm always open-minded to trying stuff. It's straight. It's strong too. But Renardo, salute. What's going on? We in the building. Appreciate you. Sugar Short, salute. Shout out to Reggie Singleton for the super chat. The cash app. If I ain't said before now on Thursday, last time I went live. So yeah, I did watch the fight this morning. And what I seen was Tyson. I told y'all a lot of people were talking about Dillian Whyte was better than Deontay Wilder, which is a effing lie. And you don't have to cross examine no more. You seen what Tyson Fury did to Dillian Whyte. What he did to Dillian Whyte did in 6 rounds and sparked him out. Dillian Whyte finished on his back, looking at the roof of the church, the preacher telling the truth, and it hurt. My DMA, we seen that. So, Wilder did get flatlined in the 12th fight, but it took him 11 rounds, and Wilder scored some knockdowns. He was by far more competitive than Dillian Whyte ever was in this series. And like I said before, he was far more competitive in the first fight. Only fight. Dillian Whyte didn't win a minute of that fight, a round of that fight. He came out southpaw, and I knew he was going to lose. I didn't even, like I said, I was in the grocery store when I found out that he won. That Tyson Fury won. And I was in a grocery store. I seen Dr. Blake hitting our private chat. He was like, "Oh, what a KO!" And I already knew it wasn't Dillian Whyte getting the fucking KO. It was Tyson Fury getting the damn KO. You already knew that, and it's common sense. I told y'all that fight it should be criminal on Tyson Fury's hand if that fight went past 8 rounds. It's common sense. Dillian Whyte. They talking about Deontay Wilder not having the best skill set. Dillian Whyte ain't got no skill set neither. Dude, every time he throw a punch, he square up. He threw like a really good jab in that fight, and then never really threw it again. Dude came out southpaw. Who would, anybody pull that desperate shit and they ain't used to switching? Anybody that pull that type of desperation, they about to lose. He knew he was no match for Deontay. For Tyson Fury. He knew it. Now, am I ready to go on and say this dude all-time great heavyweight? Absolutely not. Could he beat any heavyweight on any given night? Absolutely. He's a massive dude, big heavyweight, pretty athletic for his size. And he tall, he rangy. He can fight inside, he can fight outside. The uppercut that he hit him with, it was quick, but they were slow in there. Dillian Whyte, this was of course he gonna retire on this note. Dillian Whyte is like, man, he's trash. He like Wilder without the athleticism and without the height and the physical advantages. He square up every time he throw a body shot. These people talking about how great of a body shot puncher he is. That motherfucker square up. Every time he fight, he square up. He threw an uppercut, he square up. No, he threw a couple good jabs in that fight, and he didn't square up in that fight. I'm like, okay. This fight was terrible, man. Yeah, Ronaldo, that motherfucker was slow. Tyson Fury flashed some hand speed, he was slim. That dude, the uppercut was fast. I give it to him, but they was in there slow. Then Dillian Whyte was trying to find a way out, elbowing Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? He knew he didn't compete. He not world-class level. He's a British bum. He's a Euro bum in my Nest voice. He's a Euro bum. I ain't being disrespectful. I love the dude's story. Heard his little story leading up to the fight. But he don't deserve to be in the same room as Tyson Fury. He's a Euro level fighter. You want to know how fighters ain't no good when they hide out in Europe. Now I want to hear that shit talking about boxing is international sport where everybody make their bones at. When you start talking about the type of money and notoriety that Tyson Fury get, man, nobody cared when he beat Vladimir Klitschko. When he beat Deontay Wilder, he became a star, an international star for the most part. Dillian Whyte, man, he came over to America and fought Malcolm Tan, bro. He tried to fight Michael Grant. Yes, the Michael Grant from the 90s. This dude sat there and hid out in Europe for years. He never tried to come over to America and fight Luis Ortiz or even fight Deontay Wilder, fight Dominic Brazil. This dude legitimately waited out mandatory defenses, dude, until they got a shot and he sued them. Every time they ordered him in the title eliminator versus anybody, he ducked it. They ordered Ortiz twice. They ordered Dominic Brazil. You know what I'm saying? And Deontay Wilder, I said this long ago, man. Deontay Wilder should have knocked him out, cuz Al Heyman been mismanaging Deontay Wilder. Man, like, dude, he should do a sue Deontay. He should sue Al. So Joe Kawasaki, what you talking about? Joe Kawasaki did come over America in the end, but he fucked Jeff Lacey up. Kawasaki can fight. Dillian Whyte can't. That's point blank, period. Dillian Whyte is a Euro level fighter that was scared to come to America and bump. That's what it was. He was a Euro level fighter that was scared to come to America and get dirty. And you see why. Technically, everybody talking about how Wilder and Ace praising Dillian Whyte. Like I told you, man, the hatred for black boxers is real, dude. Even against other black people, you hear people saying, Terrence Crawford is this, that, and the third, and they was hating on Earl Spence first. Man, Earl Spence is drunk. That's a fact. That non-hooping nigga over in Puerto Rico, wherever he at, dude. Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really never disrespected that man. You know what I'm saying? So he said, that nigga, man, he called him a drunk. Nate Jones called him a drunk. Ain't nobody called that nigga no. And it's true. Charleston White said, I see a nigga drunk all the time. And even the black boxing fans, they hate each other. They hate other black boxers. Because he won't give a nigga an interview. And the nigga that he ain't give an interview ain't even tripping about it. And a lot of these American fans rolled with Dillian Whyte over Deontay Wilder, and they never was the same pedigree of fighter. Deontay Wilder is a world level fighter, like it or not. He's a championship world level fighter. Dillian Whyte is a Euro bum. Him, Chris Eubanks Jr., they don't want to step on the big stage and compete on the world level. Tyson Fury was very, very content with coming to America and conquering it. Anthony Joshua, he wasn't. If Joshua started mixing it up with, start really mixing it up in America, he would have been lost. He'd have been lost. He's not, he's a big fish in a small pond. And when you don't come and get that American sparring, you leave yourself behind. Usyk is a world traveler. He'll fight you. Dillian Whyte, he's a Euro bum. Anybody that thought Deontay Wilder's better than Dillian Whyte, they need to have a boxing fan or a boxing aficionado or YouTube license revoked. I never seen it. He is shorter. He's the shorter version of Deontay Wilder in the stubbier version without the athleticism. Period. He's a devastating boxing punch. Who he stopped to the body? Some 50, 60-year-old? I try to tell y'all. It's a reason that, now Fury gonna get out the way and say I'm done, and I'm gonna talk about that. But Dillian Whyte is trash, man. Just look at his feet work. Tim Bradley was screaming how he was keeping his foot straight and not angling it off, whatever the hell it was. Like he might as well have trained himself for this fight because he didn't win a second of this fight. He landed a good shot here and there. Tyson Fury hurt him with a straight right in the first round. I believe he threw like a 1-2 or was it a lead right? He hurt him with a straight right hand. And a lot of people didn't even pick up on him when he hurt him, stopped him dead in his tracks. Then he was just throwing this little check hook and spinning them out. Them niggas was like crazy slow. I feel like Joe game fight B-High. Well, it is what it is. B-High Prime is a lot different right now, But, that's a fight a lot of people still think he lost. They still think Kozaki lost that fight. Sean, what's going on? He said Lillian is a bum for real, for real. He said, dude, this lame who likes being a slave according to Barry Hearn. Yeah, I forgot about that comment. Hey, it is what it is. I knew Whyte was messed up when he came out. So yeah, solid child. Hell yeah. I knew it too, and I hadn't even seen the fight. He knew he didn't belong. I wouldn't be surprised if he could really got up from that shot. He could have really got up probably. He probably just took his check and went home. Because you got to remember too, he was complaining about the money and all that. He probably just get up. He had been knocked out before. He probably got knocked out. He could have got up and continued. He probably could have. You know what I'm saying? He came in and got a check. That's what he came to do. He came and got a check. It ain't like he was in some type of tip-top shape. That motherfucker was breathing out his mouth and he ain't fought 6 full rounds. Then he tried to find a way out with the elbow. And Tyson Fury, got dirty with him, and rabbit punched him. Rightfully so. You ain't gonna put your elbow on my neck and my mouth. Hell no. That dude was trash, and people was propping him up and diminishing Deontay Wilder. And I'm like, bro, what are y'all? I'm telling y'all, a lot of that got to do with it's a lot of hate for black boxers from all different angles in the boxing community. But these international fighters, they wanted some of these dudes was racist. A lot of these dudes that probably don't identify them as racist. They run over here and they get black coaches. And these black coaches don't have no balls. They train these cats, they train these dudes because they see the money. So I don't really listen to what the coaches say. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these black American coaches, man, they be giving our secrets away to these Euro Russians and these other international fighters that, you know what I'm saying, that's racist as hell. You know what I'm saying? They be giving our secrets away and trying to emulate our style, but it's something that is genetically born in you. Like Julian Jackson being able to crack a nigga, like he can knock out a heavyweight and weigh 160. Something genetically that you need, thank God, to complete the process. Real talk. You know, Tyson Fury, you know, you heard, you know his history. He ran and got a brother. It is what it is. You know, a lot of these dudes, you know, these trainers gonna see green. Ain't mad at it. You know, pick your side, but they love giving away our secrets. They give away to the Look at Floyd and Roy Jones, and you know I love Roy Jones to death, and I love Floyd in his prime to death. But they going over to Russia and teaching the Russians our secrets. Shit, I wouldn't even be mad if they went to Cuba and helped the Cubans out, to be honest, or the Dominicans or something. Now, but you go over to Russia and help them out. Come on. And seeing what they had at their market about Obama, go look at what they had in their grocery stores about Barack Obama. You know, and I ain't the biggest Barack Obama fan either. So just saying, go look at that shit over there. And you're willing to go show them our secrets and stuff, but it's just, a lot of times, yeah, you can give them our technical you can give them our technical points, and you can show them how to fight. But a lot of times, man, the biggest ingredient is just, you know, in our genetics. It ain't just athleticism, because I can speak to a lot of fighters that's athletic. All right, I can speak to a ton of fighters athletic, but you can be athletic but not slick. Look at Amir Khan. He athletic, but the nigga ain't slick. So just something that you got, you know, something in our genetics. You know, they can give them every pointer they want in the world. Not mad at it. You know, get your money, but you can't give them something that you can't, you know, pass out. Something that you got to be born with. And that shit happening a lot in boxing, bro. A ton in boxing. Niggas just see green. What level is Joseph Parker? He ain't world level. How about that? He ain't on that level. Fury called Usyk a B and said he was on roids. Then, literally a week later, praised Usyk for defending the Ukraine. That sounds like some feminine weird energy to me. He got it. He don't want to fight. I already told you that. I already told y'all who the best heavyweight is. If Usyk is the same fighter that he was, you know, after, you know, when he fought AJ, it ain't no doubt in my mind. Usyk is the best heavyweight right now. Trying to tell y'all that. Now, he did lose like 18 to 20 pounds fighting in the war, so, and that's mentally, you know, draining, but hey, it is what it is. That Usyk that was in the ring with Anthony Joshua the first fight, you know, if he able to build off of that win, ain't nobody fucking with him, because he not going to allow Tyson Fury to lean on him and do all that shit. I'm telling you, Fury can't see them shots coming from Usyk. You know, and the thing about Usyk, he gonna know how to leverage Fury. He gonna know how to leverage, like him and Terrence Crawford know how to leverage, you know, bigger opponents. Watch them. They know how to get up under you, man. They just really, really good at leveraging big opponents. But let me finish on about old boy, right? In this fight, this motherfucker was slow. I was not impressed. I was impressed with the uppercut. It was fast. He kind of flashed some speed, but like I said before, man, Tyson Fury, you know, he really, really good. And had he, you know, beat Usyk AJ winner, or beat Usyk and came back and fight AJ, I'm willing to say maybe he in my top 20, depending on how he do it. Maybe. But beating Dillian Whyte, man, come on. People praise him for beating Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte was nowhere near 1% of the threat that Deontay Wilder was. You know, he wasn't. That's just the honest truth about it. You know, never really respected his skill. Remember, Lawrence O'Callaghan was in the gym beating him up, and then Dean had to talk to him about gloating about it on the internet or whatever. Man, come on, the cruiserweight just beat you up. Now he got heavyweight height and reach. And rumor was he put down AJ, but you know, we seen him beat your ass firsthand. We seen that with our own two eyes. If you got glasses on for, contacts on for, we seen him beat you. Dillian Whyte has never impressed me. Lucas Brown, you know, Joseph Parker, you know, I felt Joseph Parker lost to Huey Fury. Fury should be world champion right now. Honestly, he should have that WBO belt. You know, Parker got all the tools to be world level. He just ain't got he just missing something. Like, he just missing some heart, man. I don't know what it is, man. My girl made some huge steak the other, like, a couple days before, like a couple of weeks before. They just was missing something. She made it again. She figured it out. That boy was on point. Like, Joseph Parker just missing something. Like that first cube steak. SJ Fish 1-on-1, appreciate it. He said Sean Usyk doesn't have a fan base like Loma. That's why Fury won't fight in MMA. Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. You fight for legacy. The money gonna be there. The money gonna be there. Not trying to hear that. You got 2 title defenses, my nigga. Like two. You know, like it ain't like Mayweather who beat like 45 world champions, whatever it is, 20, 30 world champions or something. It ain't like you ain't even Canelo. You know, I ain't even, man, let me wait to cook on that part. You know, but overall with the fight, I wasn't impressed, but I do understand it was cold out there. They said it was like 50 degrees, but I wasn't impressed. I said this fight shouldn't go past 8, and it would be criminal if it did. Tyson Fury, you know, he ain't even look too impressive. He looked slow. Tyson would put that nigga in the custom pine box. He put him in the custom pine box. He said definitely could have got up. Fury didn't even connect all the way. He didn't. Fury pushed him down after the uppercut. Man, that nigga went to go get his check. I ain't saying he died, but I ain't saying he wasn't hurt. But you know what I'm saying? I don't blame him. Shit. You know, he felt that he got fucked on the deal, whatever, and the purse split. You know, to me, I just never been impressed. Dude made Fury the biggest punch in heavyweight division. I still don't look right seeing Sugar Hill there though. Yeah, it's working. He ain't even the biggest puncher though. He just, you know, he just sitting on his shots. That's it. He's heavier. He got to manufacture power. You know, when you talk about manufacturing power, from my point of view, if you got to load up to get the power, or you in this situation, you just outweigh your opponents to be bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? He still outweighed Dillian Whyte by what last night? Hold on. He's the other night. Well, it was yesterday, or technically last night in the UK. He still outweighed him by over 10 pounds. So he just coming in bigger than everybody else. You know, and you know, when you fight somebody like that, bro, you gotta break his ass down. You gotta touch that body. You know, he ain't the greatest heavyweight, nowhere near. You know, nowhere near the greatest heavyweight. You know, biggest. Usyk don't have a fan base. Fury won't. I ain't trying to hear all that fan base shit. You talk shit about him. You called him a dope. You said he was on dope. He was on roids. He a B, and he a blown up middleweight. No, like all right. Had the nigga had got. You could talk about Usyk now. All right. Had he got Undisputed versus after he beat Vladimir Klitschko, and he would have unified all the belts, then I'm probably willing to give him a pass. He could retire. He came back, proved something, made a whole bunch of money. Fine. Right. I'm willing to concede that. But he didn't get the last belt. What did he hold? He held everything but the WBC when he beat Vladimir Klitschko, I believe. Everything but the WBC. The WBA, the real one. The IBF, the WBO. He even had the IBO. So he had every belt. He literally had every belt except for the WBC. And now you telling me you one fight away from getting the WBC versus a blown up middleweight and an overrated Anthony Joshua, and you don't want to fight? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. He already know what time it is with Oleksandr Usyk. I'm trying to tell you. You don't talk shit and then run. You know what I'm saying? That's not his character. I'm telling you who the best heavyweight is. Now, he may lose to Anthony Joshua in the rematch. You know, it is what it is. But the motherfucking heavyweight I see when he beat Joshua the first time, ain't nobody fading him. Especially if he built on that victory. I'm telling y'all, Fury can't fight shorter fighters. He can't fight shorter fighters. He can't sit in the pocket. He can't sit in the pocket. You know, he beat Deontay Wilder and Dillian Whyte. Fine. But Usyk is on a whole different type of level of fighter. Watch Usyk fight Joe Joyce. Watch Usyk fight Joe Joyce, and you will see what I'm talking about. He got too much rhythm for Tyson. He the perfect motherfucker for Tyson Fury. If we being real, he the perfect dude for Tyson Fury. That dude's a killer, bro. And he don't get put in with the killers, but he a killer. He a killer. You know what I'm saying? And one thing he had to face with AJ that he ain't gonna have to face with Tyson Fury is explosiveness. AJ got explosive hand speed and good feet, athletics wise. Tyson Fury ain't got no speed. I'm trying to tell y'all. He big as hell. I'm telling y'all, man. That's why he don't get in the ring with Usyk. Y'all do that shit too often, bro. For years they did that shit with Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Oh, you know, man. We don't really gotta see that fight, man. Crawford can't hang Jermaine with him. You know what I'm saying? People did that shit for years. Like, it's a reason why these niggas ain't trying to thump. I ain't trying to hear nothing but building the fight up or nothing. You building the fight up for what? This ain't no damn De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, George Foreman, Muhammad Ali Rumble in the Jungle. These motherfuckers be building up fights that's just stepping stones to a greater career. Canelo didn't even build how long did he build that Tyson, that Triple G fight? Can somebody tell me, like, how long did he build? It didn't even feel like a year. It wasn't even a fucking year. It wasn't a year. Like, when he jumped, like, he stayed at 55. Okay, let's say. So at the most, they waited 2 years for that fight. At the most, they waited 2 years for that fight. Because he was fighting he fought Cotto at 155. Well, I don't know. He fought a few people. At the most 3 years, I would say. I would probably say 3 years at the most. They took to build that fight. And I don't even think it was 3 years. Canelo made that fight happen pretty fucking quick. You know, especially by today's matter. You talk about, well, I'm retired. Fuck out of here. Everybody care about you fighting Francis Ngannou, dude. You got 2 title defenses and act like you the greatest heavyweight in the world, man. I ain't trying to hear that, dude. He said, Javier Logan, crazy, right? They helping these Eastern Europeans, Russians. You know what they say and believe about black people over there. But let me stop. Exactly. He said, stop the cafe. Man, okay. Y'all keep doubting me, bro. If you listen to me on this Dillian Whyte Tyson Fury fight, you probably would have wasted money. I didn't. I just didn't really give a hell. I told y'all before 8, this fight would be criminal if it went past 8. I'm trying to tell you, dude. Trying to tell you, Usyk athleticism and his foot movement gonna cause this motherfucking hell. And if he try to rush in and do the shit he did with Wilder, that he gonna eat a whole bunch of knuckle sandwiches. I'm telling you, Usyk knows how to leverage bigger fighters. He does. His athleticism is gonna be the difference. He ain't got to knock out Tyson Fury. That's what makes him so dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Fury got to knock him out. But the same way Otto Wallin had that bitch guessing, that's how Usyk gonna have him guessing and piecing them the fuck up. That's why he don't want to fight him. Tell me why he don't want to fight Usyk then. If y'all think that Fury the best, you believe in the media. He ain't. He ain't the best. He said Usyk will get in. Man, Usyk will beat the dog walking shit out of Tyson Fury, bro. I like Tyson Fury as a fighter. Usyk will beat the dog walking shit out of him. I'm trying to tell y'all, dude, he too slow for Usyk. He too slow for Usyk. And he not going to be able to walk in on him. Usyk is going to leverage him. And y'all thought what Otto Wallin did was tremendous. Watch what Usyk do to him. I'm telling you. Watch what Usyk, man. Everybody just think, man, Usyk be laughing and smiling and shit, man. I had to get on there. I had to be a believer. I had to be a believer. Real talk. I had to be a believer, dude. This dude a killer, bro. This dude a stone cold killer. Mark my words. This dude a stone cold killer. This dude a stone cold killer. And he get to eat when he want to eat now. He ain't got to worry about cutting no weight. This dude a stone cold killer. And if everything okay in an Anthony Joshua rematch, man, he gonna stop Anthony Joshua. I'm trying to tell y'all. Unless he take a dive, he gonna stop Anthony Joshua. It was there the first time. Joshua was about to quit. I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, that boy a killer. What's up, Johnson? That white boy a killer. I don't endorse too many people being killers, but he a killer. We gotta be consistent for people saying Fury should retire. When Charlo started talking ish about Benavidez, we said fight him. Fury talking ish about Usyk, go see. But yeah, and if AJ win, fight AJ. You ain't never got undisputed, and you only got 2 title defenses. So that's what I'm trying to see. You ain't got no title defenses. You got 1, 2 title defenses. And if Deontay Wilder is such a trash fighter, right? If Deontay Wilder is such a trash fighter, then that shouldn't even like what his resume built on the Klitschko win that people said was boring and pedestrian. And people said he was on the sauce. So tell me that. Tell me that. Why he getting out of here now? He 1 fight away from undisputed. Tell me why he getting out of here now. I'm telling you why, bro. This dude is wrong for him. He might win. I ain't saying he can't. I ain't saying this like 90-10 Usyk, but I'm telling you, he know this man wrong for him. And don't give me, he don't sell no tickets. Nigga, neither do you before Deontay Wilder fought you. You was an afterthought in America. Didn't him and Steve Cunningham fight at the theater room in the United States? When niggas start talking about, he too small or he on roids, well, put a test up. For somebody who got popped hot, put a test up. If he on roids, and he on roids and they undetectable right now, they come back and retest nigga samples for new performance enhancing drugs. So eventually, retired or whatever, the truth gonna come out. He know why he don't want to fight that dude, man. I know why too. Don't give me that shit about money. You wasn't worth shit to Deontay Wilder. Only reason that first fight sold a little bit because of Radio Raheem to this day. The only reason the second fight sold like 800,000, why? Because of the conspiracy theory by Deontay Wilder. In the third fight, it sold because it was the ending, put in all the cheating and shit. Excuse me. They know what's up, bro. That's why he's trying to get the hell up out of here. Go ahead, bye. Drop the ball so it'll be Deontay Wilder's turn to pick it up and come back, fight Joyce and see if he can turn around and maybe we still can, salvage the, Anthony Joshua Tyson Deontay Wilder fight or Usyk and Deontay Wilder. Still a good fight. Usyk can finally fight a motherfucker that's just as unconventional as he is, and that shit gonna be a fun fight. Especially if Deontay Wilder still got it. Y'all sit here and just believe what he say because they say he looked the best. Man, nigga look like dog shit versus Dillian Whyte. I said it. He looked like dog crap. That motherfucker looked slow. He looked worse than when he fought Wilder. Motherfucker, man, terrible. The uppercut was impressive, but it didn't even landed. And you don't want to fight this dude, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Retire then. I'm fine with let Deontay Wilder pick up the pieces to the puzzle. Let Deontay Wilder get in there and pick up the pieces to the puzzle then. When Usyk beat Wilder, then hey, it is what it is. Then you say he's a blown up steroid heavy. Okay, if he blown up middleweight, man, fight him. I'm telling y'all, man, this dude's a killer. This dude's a killer, bro. And it's just certain fighters that understand how to leverage bigger fighters or any fighter. This dude gonna make a killing fighting bigger fighters because he fast. And it's fucked up that the war got in there because had the war not been in there, all these dudes would have fought in a matter of weeks apart. And it would have been even more. Tyson Fury couldn't have slid out the back door, even if AJ would have won. They would have been fighting in a matter of weeks before each other if this war didn't pop off. And it would have been tough for Tyson Fury to get the hell up out of there. He laughing and shit and putting his tongue out. Man, look at Usyk. Dog, this dude is a genius in boxing, dude. This dude's a genius. He know exactly how he gonna fight Tyson Fury. He gonna beat him with speed. He gonna beat him with shots that he don't see coming. Tyson Fury ain't unbeatable, bro. Trying to tell y'all that. Otto Wallin showed y'all that. He had a check hook and he had his thing, man. That ain't no fear factor. This dude got to come in 300 fucking pounds just to beat dudes. And that's fine with Usyk, because Usyk athleticism gonna offset all that shit. Come in heavier, that's just gonna make it better for Usyk. He gonna just keep using speed. That's what he gonna do. That's why he a danger. Not only that he can leverage the taller fighter and really hide his shots, his speed. He gonna come in lighter. He better come in lighter for Usyk. Because Usyk gonna come in with mean, lean speed. And you let him get another fight at heavyweight too? If he beat Anthony Joshua, especially under the circumstances he is in the Ukraine, dude, hey, Joshua just got to shake that man's hand and say, hey, man, you just the better fighter. It is what it is. Because this is the perfect time for Anthony Joshua. He been in the gym. His trainer that been with him, trainer that he made the head trainer, he been with him for a few years now. All the momentum should be in AJ favor. You know, he might gonna try to go to the body some more. Usyk gonna be prepared for that. You know, he gonna be prepared for that. And Bob Arum know how good Usyk is. Probably wish he would have signed his ass. He said he came in 280 versus Wilder in the third fight, but he want to come in 260 versus Whyte. Tyson because he knew that he needed to absorb Deontay Wilder power. That's what it is. And with Usyk, it's a lose-lose situation because you're not gonna be faster than him. And if you come in too heavy, he's just gonna be super duper fast. And his conditioning is great. And he love fighter. He get another fight under his hand. He gonna be unstoppable, bro. Like I said, if he become undisputed and beat Fury or beat Wilder, he gonna crack my top 10. I'm sorry. That dude square business, bro. He said Usyk already beat. Yeah, I seen the Joe Joyce joint on there. Yeah, man, dude square business, dude. It took me a minute to be a believer, but I believe. Fury trying to focus on pretending he one of the greatest of all time. He cashing out so he can eat off greatness. He gonna fake it. Yeah, he gone. You ain't lying like speed. He gone. I know the kind. Cause Usyk ain't said shit about him, ain't did nothing to him, but all of a sudden you want to take shots and then drop your belt. That nigga know he gonna get killed. He know he gonna get washed up. He know it. Y'all motherfuckers might be believing what they cooking. I'm not at all. Cause he know he come in heavy, that's gonna work in Usyk's favor. He come in too light, he might get knocked out. Him coming in heavy is all about absorbing the punishment. Taking the punishment, and then if shit get greasy, then I lean on you. And I'll wear you out. But that's gonna work with niggas that's novices like Dillian Whyte and Deontay Wilder. Oh, choppy audio, man. Hold on, with my internet. No, it shouldn't be no choppy audio. Let me know if it's choppy. But yeah, like I said before, that's for dudes like Dillian Whyte and Fury who don't have no real skill set. That's what that's for. Them jokers. Yeah, that's your shit. Yeah, that's your shit, bro. My audio ain't choppy. That's your. You better check your internet or your data. But yeah, that's for dudes who don't know how to fight. That's for dudes who don't know how to fight this big motherfucker, man. Bob Arum know the truth. He know the truth. Motherfucker in the middle, he know the truth. If that wasn't the truth, then fight him. You can put yourself as the first 5-belt undisputed champion in the heavyweight division, right? Come on. Unless you got something else to hide. CJ became a believer. I tried to tell y'all before the AJ fight Usyk special, y'all could have made some money. Usyk different, bro. There's a dispute on who's the best at heavyweight. Yeah, from people who know boxing. If it wasn't a dispute, Tyson Fury have all the belts. Dillian let me down. Well, you should have made some money with me because Dillian Whyte had no chance. I don't even think he had a puncher's chance, bro. However, Fury said he's a heavyweight GOAT, but none of my heavyweight GOATs will be afraid of blown up middleweight, that Ukrainian monster. They know, and Malik Scott knows, and the audio's good for me, bet. Yeah, Malik Scott. Yeah, I read that article, man. And what he said, bro. And I kind of seen some of his trading footage, bro. This dude killer, man. This dude a killer, And and he like what 35 years old, but that's cool for a heavyweight because he gonna be 35. He just turned 35 in January. Cause he ain't gotta worry about the weight cut no more. So that's cool. But that motherfucker different. That motherfucker different. But here y'all go real quick for just listen to this next morning on Spotify, Anchor. Just hit the Linktree link pinned in the last chat in the description. So, hold on. So it says Tyson Fury, uh, 2 title winning fights and 2 successful title defense fights. Muhammad Ali, 2-time undisputed heavyweight world champion, 3 title winning and 19 successful title defenses. So they said he won 2 undisputed, he had 3 title winning fights. You got to understand, they took the majority of his part. They took his best years away. We never seen the best Muhammad Ali, and he still had 19 successful title defenses. Mike Tyson, undisputed heavyweight world champion at age 21, 6 title winning fights, 9 successful defensive fights, and people said he was overrated. He didn't fight nobody. Larry Holmes, 2 title winning fights, 20 successful title defenses, and it should have been 21. I think breaking Rocky Marciano record, but he said he made some derogatory comments about Marciano, and they let Michael Spinks rob him. And I love Michael Spinks too, probably the greatest light heavyweight or one of the greatest light heavyweights of all time. Vladimir Klitschko, 5 title winning fights, 23 successful title defenses. And Larry Holmes was consecutive, by the way. So, his was 20 consecutive defenses. I think Marciano might hold the record at 20 or 21, something like that. Lennox Lewis, 3 title winning fights, 14 successful title defense fights. So, like I said before, when you talk about dudes being great and all that other stuff, man, like there's levels to it. There's levels. And he in a solid era. The Klitschko era, pathetic. Definitely. But that ain't got nothing to do with them. They bigger than everybody else. Tyson Fury take that to a different level. He able to pack the weight on, but the reason he able to pack the weight on and maintain conditioning is he a cardio freak. So he don't really mess with the weights. He just solely focus on cardio. That's it. He kind of like in Mexicans. They don't really fuck with the weights. From my understanding, they just do the conditioning part. So it is what it is. But I'm telling you, dude, that dude Usyk, man, yeah, man. That dude, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, he slept on. Wilder have a good chance because they both unconventional. That's all they got to do. There's nothing you can do about it. He got a like a 38, but Wilder got like a shotgun. Like 38 or 22, 20, whatever you want to say, 22, 25. He's throwing like P. Little P shooter, and they can do damage too. With P shooters, what make them so dangerous? They don't have the range, but they bounce around on the inside of your body and they hit organs and shit like that. That's why they said, but that's like Usyk. He peppering away, and now he's starting to add a little stank on his punch. And Wilder just boom. Well, Tyson Fury, he actually fighting somebody who's skilled, which Usyk more skilled than Vladimir Klitschko. No, he ain't punching hard as him, but Klitschko one of the top 10, maybe 15 hardest punching, maybe higher than that, heavyweights. But with Usyk, there's more skill there. Vladimir, straight up, upright, Eastern European fighter. That's why his ass was getting knocked out. Head on the line. All that. Good athleticism, good feet, good balance, solid speed. But Usyk coordinated, balance, speed, rhythm, volume, and now he's starting to kind of, put respect on his shots. Fury can't fuck with him. I'm telling y'all, that's why he getting out of Dodge. I ain't mad at him. Shit, this what he do. On the cusp of greatness, and he get out of here. Last time, most people, was the drug situation. So, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. He said, why you scared of Southpaw? You think about why he's scared of Southpaw? He turned Southpaw in the second round versus Whyte, but that's different. That dude fight with the rest. Southpaws always do shit different. They always, cause, mass hysteria. What's going on down there? That dude, man, I'm telling y'all, man, he can't really overwhelm him. Because he can leverage his height against him, kind of like Otto Wallin, but he gonna do it in his own way. Holyfield chopped him down. Holyfield was different. He could knock out Holyfield. You got to box Holyfield, and you got to keep Holyfield up off you. And he ain't no Riddick Bowe. Y'all coming in the chat and some weird. What's wrong? I can't see it, dude. I'm on the StreamYard version. Klitschko, we're the start of super heavyweight era. Yep, Tyson Fury taking that off. This is the latest Spotify episode. If y'all want worst fights, yeah, that shit was like, it was what it was. Slow fight, but they heavyweights. That uppercut was fast though. He said Usyk take down the AJ Fury after Undisputed Cruiserweight top 10. Hey, gotta be in there somewhere. 15 round. If you want to talk about 20, cool. You gotta be in there, dude. I mean, all-time great fighter. You got to start talking about him. Possibly, top 30. You know what I'm saying? He beat a brother in Anthony Joshua. He beat what's my man's name? He beat him on HBO. Michael Hunter. Cleaned out 2 divisions without a dispute. What else you want? You hear talking about Malik Scott talking about the way he trained. This dude be training in the smallest ring possible sometimes. Seen this dude's training in the snowstorm over there in the Ukraine. It took me a minute to believe, but he definitely made some adjustments in heavyweight. And support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. But them dudes, man, and then why we don't demand, why we just let people get away in boxing? We're just talking shit. And then, walking away and all, I was like the Errol Spence situation. He talk shit, and he can say whatever the hell he want to say about Terrence Crawford, and he get the benefit of the doubt. If he didn't fight Terrence Crawford, man, niggas would just come up with another excuse. This is honest truth. A lot of people think because, this, that, and the third, and PBC built him to look like a killer, bro. We know who the real killers is in boxing. He ain't up there with Fury. He ain't up there with Usyk. He ain't up there with Better BF. He ain't up there with the real, like, they be trying to say tank a killer. Like, nigga, there's levels to this. They might be like, 20, quarter star killers, but you got like, real killers in boxing. You got dudes who put in real work like a Inoue, Chocolito. Them niggas real Stephen Fulton looking like the real deal Holyfield. A Marin Nevette. You got niggas who really put in work, who really will fight. Most of these dudes will fight anybody, and they willing to get knocked out trying to knock you out. That's what it real, they nice. That's really what a killer is. That's really what this killer is, willing to put it all on the line to get you, to beat your ass. And ultimately try to stop you, dude. And a lot of these dudes trying to they putting carjackers and they putting the marijuana dealers, in the same category with real killers. They are. They putting these dudes in the same category as real killers, and they not. These niggas is misdemeanors, dude. Petty theft crime. These dudes ain't real killers. These niggas damn near 30 and don't have, even on their promotional side, the top fighter on that been in their division on their resume. Come on. And if it was up to Usyk and everything was clear, he'll run right up to Tyson Fury and fight Tyson Fury ASAP. If it was Tank or Errol Spence, man, we got to build this up. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder wasn't built up. It just happened. And the build-up came from the long count. And to this day, in the long count. That's where it came from. Just being real about it. These dudes that y'all trying to put, as killers, man, they trying to push like Edwin Berlanga. Canelo Alvarez ain't no real killer. He ain't taking, remember your mom just give you that nasty ass grape Robitussin, man? That nigga ain't taking that Robitussin straight. The one from like the 90s, he ain't taking that Robitussin straight, no chaser, nigga. Worst thing to taste with that Robitussin was some orange juice, man. That should be in your mouth all day, that taste. Pause. But come on. There's levels to this, dude. A lot of these niggas can't even be called hitmen. Come on. Jamel Charlo, he a killer. Gotta put him in there. He could be with them, but them other niggas like Tank and Berlanga and Canelo, them niggas ain't no killers, bro. What's that with Shannon Briggs? You ain't no champ. All these niggas ain't no killers, man. They marking them and promoting these niggas as killers. They ain't killers. If you was killers, man, you'd have been cleaned out what you already cleaned out. We ain't hiding behind money. We ain't hiding behind promoters. We ain't hiding behind advisors, managers. We just clearing it out. We ain't never heard Usyk really talk about building no shit up. You ain't heard Better Be talking about building nothing up. You ain't heard about Crawford talking about building nothing up. You ain't heard about, you know what I'm saying? You know, Canelo more killer than these niggas. I gotta say that. At least, you know, I gotta put Canelo in there. At least he went in there and he fought Triple G in the time he mattered. I gotta say that. He did. These niggas, man, these niggas they trying to push as killers, man. These ain't no killers, man. You know, there's stone cold real fighters in boxing, man. These dudes, man, and then when they get toppled and they get beat, then it's all types of excuses and shit. It ain't even really worth, you know, you really don't get no vindication. You really don't get to enjoy your victory slap. Because they continue to move the bars, continue to be more narratives. The only way you're going to get your victory slap is punching one of these dudes right in the mouth. And then they going to go to the police. These how these dudes roll. They talk on the internet. They internet revolutionaries. Fine. This guy did this guy did that. I ain't trying to hear none of that, bro. Put them gloves on. Wrap your fists up. Put them 8s or them 10s on. And let's find out. Let's find out. Have that same energy you had when you was a fighter on the way up. Fury need to fight Usyk. They two killers. Or AJ. AJ beat Usyk, man. He the king of rematches. No doubt about it. He the king of rematches. You know, talking about all these dudes on this resume. Just look at this resume real quick on this screen. Let's talk about it, bro. From the bottom to the top, besides Fury, you got a dude in Lennox Lewis who a lot of people, I mean, he might be one of the few fighters I can think of, probably the only fighter in heavyweight division not named Rocky Marciano, where you got a contingent of people. It's just really a contingent of people. That's it. Everybody, you know, they just different. You got some people who say Rocky Marciano was great. You got a lot of people say it was overrated. I mean, you got people like Larry Holmes that cost him breaking Marciano's record that said that. And then you got a lot of people who never seen him that said that. So think about that for a minute. So you got people on both pendulums. You got a hardcore aficionado say he was great. And you got hardcore boxing, boxers who all-time great boxers said he wasn't that great. So you got two people on the pendulum. You talking about Lennox Lewis, you got some people like me. He a great fighter, boring as fuck though. Don't see how great he really was. No offense, love Lennox on TV. Then you got some people that say he might be the GOAT of heavyweights. Other than Rocky Marciano, a heavyweight, I can't really think of nobody that's that hot and cold. Either you freezing or you at the boiling point. You at the highest point. You got some people that really believe Lennox is the greatest heavyweight of all time, or one of them. You other people that say, man, he was boring, he was overrated, he was good, but he was boring. You got people like that. And then Vladimir Klitschko, you got people who it's a forgettable era, right? Very forgettable era. He was bigger than everybody else, but the difference between him and Tyson Fury was, in Tyson Fury era, they actually had an American champion that can syndicate Fury across America. I mean, from being on the NFL Network to, getting a deal with ESPN, really he owed Deontay Wilder, he owed Wilder royalties. Without Wilder, he ain't making the money that he making. He can't fucking retire financially. He can say, well, I don't care about money. That's the biggest crock of shit. If you got to tell me you don't care about money, you care about money. But that's the difference between him and Klitschko. Klitschko just didn't have that. He didn't have an AJ. He didn't have Vladimir Klitschko. You know what I'm saying? He had James Toney, but he couldn't really get past, Samuel Peters. And then there was rumor that Toney knocked his ass out in sparring too. So thank God for that. And then you talk about the two guys that we talk about, they way more accomplished than Fury. Lennox Lewis in 3 title winning fights and 14 count them, 14 successful defenses. Vladimir Klitschko won five title winning fights, and he defended his title 23 times. You talk about Larry Holmes, one of the most hated American boxers ever, for no fucking reason. What did you want him to do? Not fight Muhammad Ali? He tried to pull back. He became that fight became a curse. And that really got him dissed on records and shit. Rappers didn't like him. Actors didn't like him. He said a lady in the 30 for 30 he did about Muhammad Ali. Lady came up to him. He chilling and shit at the casino, whatever. He said, I hate you. You know, for what you did to Ali. I really hate you. You mad at people coming up to you talking about he's the most hated fighter in American history. MMA, talk about Kelby Covington. If you don't like Conor McGregor, Khabib, you know, you talk about fighters like whoever, Floyd Mayweather, man, nobody was more hated than Larry Holmes. Nobody. And you know what? He whooped white people ass. He whooped black people ass. He got off the canvas to whoop, niggas. And man, he was great. He could beat people with a jab. He only held the WBC. You gotta remember too, when he fought, when he first started, it might have been only 2 major titles. When he ended 3. Because the WBO didn't get recognized to the 2000s. Undisputed. So you think about everybody he beat. Tex Cobb and, guys like Gary Cooney. This dude Larry Holmes, right? Jab is one of the best, you ever see. De La Hoya probably patted his shit after Larry Holmes. Tough guy. Tough. You beat him, Whyte, and he had 2 title winning fights. He only held the title, the WBC, I believe. He had 20 consecutive successful defenses, and he should have broke the record. He beat Michael Spinks. Say what you want to say. He had some other close fights too, but he made no comment about Marciano. Then they say Mike Tyson is the most overrated fucking fighter of all time. You hear people say that. This dude is the youngest undisputed champion, heavyweight champion at 21. By the way, the youngest champion of all time was Rafael Benitez at 18 years old, which that record would never be broke again. Because you got to be like, was it 18 or 16? It's one of these 18 years old, I believe. Shit would never be broken again. He only can turn pro in America at 18. You can go to Mexico, you can't win a major title. And, Mike Tyson, 21 years old, youngest undisputed champion, that probably won't happen again. Because especially with the politics. And then on top of that, if you ain't got the politics, then you got to have the skills. He has 6 title winning fights and 9 successful defenses. 9. Muhammad Ali, man, do we really, kind of got to talk about, do we really got to talk about Muhammad Ali? I don't really think so. I don't think so. We know what he did. And then we never, we really never seen what he did, at his best. We never seen what he did at his best. Think about that. We never seen. He was 17. My bad. 17. You're right. 17. My bad. We never seen what he did at his peak. And without his peak, 2-time undisputed world heavyweight champion, 3 title winning fights, and 19 successful title defenses. And you look at Tyson Fury. He won a title fight and defended his title twice, and that's based off a Deontay Wilder trilogy and Dillian Whyte, who one of the worst fucking fighters ever graced the ring. Come on. He said worst fight I've seen in years. Shout out to Benjamin Fall. He said Usyk takes down AJ and Fury. Okay, I read that one. He said James Toney destroyed Holyfield. He could have had multiple belts at heavyweight if Klitschko gave him a shot. And they wasn't going to Burger King. Kim, but if Usyk undisputed, more cruiserweights would get nuts to move up the weight, might end the giant era of tall heavyweights. Yeah, he's different though. Different. Forgot about that he did train in the snowstorm. Laugh my life. And this is supposed to be a masculine sport, but the top fighters talk trash and then run away. Charlo Spence, Tank, and Philly. Boxing is coming back, but that's Jamal Charlo he talking about. I'm starting to think him and PBC has robbed Spence of his full potential. You know what I'm saying? You want to know the truth? They know the truth. They know the truth about Errol Spence. You know the truth about Earl Spence. If you ain't got nothing to hide, when it's time to put in work, it's time to put in work. They come on, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. They waited Crawford out as long as possible. These dudes, they match make, and when you match make, like sometimes when you had to match make somebody away from a certain fighter, the one thing about it is you hamper them because you should really be putting people in there where he weak at, but on the lower level. You know what I'm saying? And build up, man. You know what time it is. They got people thinking that nigga a killer, man, and all of a sudden knockouts come out when he fights. Man, I'm just tired of talking about it. I'm tired of talking about it. He said I have to put it on Canelo. I had to put out Canelo in there. They made Triple G fight in 2 years of his prime, and prime Lar Spencer Crawford on his 5th year. I gotta say that he did fight Lar, even though Lar slashed the MIC. Fury pushed Whyte down like Shaq did Dudley. Here's what it is. He said still in high school. Pound Sports Entertainment. Subscribe to the channel. Mr. 21 Strong salute with a dude dog. He said Whyte wasted gas coming down there. You should just mailed his check. They could have fought that shit out on fight night. It would have been better. Zach, what's going on? Draft, baby. It's Friday. I missed the draft being on Saturday. Boy, man, I was a kid, dude. The NFL draft on Saturday. I had to get some pizza, get some nachos, man. I sit in my room all day. My mom had to worry about hearing the Pete from me. I ain't go to no friends. I ain't go to the mall. I ain't go hoop at Joe D's. None of that. I used to sit through the whole weekend of drafts, the Saturday and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? That shit on Friday, man. I just don't like that shit, man. They making this shit into a spectacle that it shouldn't really be. It was a spectacle the way it was. He said, "Chat, I'm gonna be honest. There's a channel on here who's Dillian Whyte nut rider pause and see him go full damage control is hilarious. Some of y'all don't know boxing. That's simple. Yeah, I said before, man. I ain't need to watch no film to know what's gonna happen in that fight. Usyk will work, fat ass Tyson Fury. You know it, Andrew Schwab. You know it. Fury can't come in heavy versus Usyk. You just gonna get picked apart because you slow. If you rush Usyk, you better not miss. You better not miss. Usyk know how to. He like Crawford. They must have had some type of wrestling background. They know how to fight them tall, big niggas. They know how to fight them. Yeah, CJ, they make the fight 5 racks on Bud. Shit, I'm still taking bets. Said 5 racks. Man, we still ain't got no announcement. Earl Spence saying the right thing, but his word ain't no good over here. His word ain't no good over here, man. But like I said before, it's only interesting. Earl Spence definitely got a chance. He's a world-class level fighter. But he been running. People can't explain why he been running from this ass. So, they got to build the fight, man. I'm just tired. I'm just ready for this shit to be over with. Spence better give Boots a shot when he comes off the IBF mandatory. He ain't fighting no damn Boots. That nigga moving up. He already talking about retirement. I got 3 or 4 more. PBC niggas don't be trying to get 2 divisions. They don't even be trying to win titles in 2 divisions, bro. Come on, think about it. Jamal Charlo one of the few fighters in PBC who won titles in 2 divisions, bro. Real titles. Tank got a fight title at 35. Tank got one real title at 130. Keith Thurman ain't moved up. Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter all moved down the weight to become prize fighters. Think about that for a minute. Come on, who really moved up? Jamal moved up and got a title. Marcus Brown still sitting there like heavyweight. Leo Santa Cruz moved up some weight class, but that was before PBC even got fucking established. He moved up from 26 to 30, but come on. He ain't beat Shakur, he ain't beat Valdez, he ain't beat nobody in his own division. He beat Little West Abner Mares. Never fought Valdez, you know what I'm saying? Never fought Gary Russell, never fought Nervette, didn't fight Asa Dogbow, never fought Jesse McAdone, never fought a lot of them dudes who came through there. Never fought Lee Shelby, I don't believe. Didn't fight a lot of dudes that came through there. When they fighters move up, their resume still like Jamal Charlo. Motherfucker almost 35 years old, resume lighter than Charmin tissue on a breezy summer day in California. They do all that building up their fighter just to get them knocked down in one night. He said, I don't feel like we gonna do good in the draw. Y'all should definitely go grab a receiver though, ain't y'all? I don't know, man. Y'all need everything, just like we do. Chris Bird would beat free ass. Shout out to Chris Bird, Flint finest. Shout out to Flint. I got news on that for whoever said in the chat. Boots Dad said no matter what, none of them champions are fighting Boots. They are moving up. He said on the video. That being said, Shakira Valdez week. Yeah, I watched the Blood, Sweat, and Tears on ESPN this morning. Man, if Bud hit Spence like Ugas did his all. That's if. Ugas hit him with some nice counter shots, but Ugas and Bud is two different fighters. It's more than one way to skin a cat. And that's the fact of the matter. They're both world-class level fighters. And they waited Bud out, and that's the fact. People want to say, oh, man, you pushing the narrative. I ain't pushing no fucking narrative. That's a fact. Pushing the narrative I'm just tired of them niggas. I'm tired of that whole discussion, dude, honestly. This shit is worse than Floyd and Pacquiao. At least us brothers still strong with each other. It was a couple Uncle Ruckuses in there, so it's gonna be that. But at least the brothers, we was unified, and now we split over stuff, man. And that clown nigga Negro fight fan, man, 7A should have been gave that nigga the boot. He should have been gave him the boot. Him 7A letting Fred and putting Fred and Negro fight fan on was the worst shit that happened to internet boxing. Real talk. He can have niggas like Ticket TV who don't know shit about boxing talk. That's fine. He don't know a damn thing about boxing. He know basketball, but he don't know boxing. That's fine. He don't have no type of agenda like Fred and them shit. He say what he gotta say, he go back to his boxing. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Boxing Today, man, he know more than anybody about heavyweight boxing. He qualified. He should be pumping out content every day. A lot of these niggas, man, that know boxing don't be getting to shine. That's when they don't produce content. Bud has to box Earl, then get him used to the tempo, then the fight. Then when he expects Bud to box, he can fight the first 1 and 4. Got to stick him with Earl. Man, like I said before, man, he just got to do what he did versus Thomas Delorme. And when Earl Spence make a mistake, make him capitalize, that's going to slow all that shit down. He make a ton of mistakes. And all fighters make mistakes, but the type of mistakes he make is Dillian White-ish. He's squaring up, you know what I'm saying? And when people make mistakes, you capitalize on it. It ain't got to be major. It ain't because it's already a major. When you square up, it's already a major mistake. That lead hand, when he control Earl Spence lead head, it's a wrap. You make him pay for throwing that jab. Like I said, I will make Earl Spence pick his feet up. Like I said before, it is what it is. When you got a thoroughbred, you gonna let that hoe run against everybody. He said Fury waiting for Eddie Hearn checked it for Undisputed. Maybe they want to use clean his side of the street first excuse instead of wanting Spencer want to see Spencer Crawford immediately. They ain't real at all. We used to get that. We used to get big fights expeditiously with Don King and Bob, especially Don King. He said you talking like you lime Spence in this fight. Like I like him in this fight. No, I just he got a chance. Shit, he a fighter. He can punch. He look physically. He look good. He definitely got a chance. I like to see it from both sides of the pendulum. He definitely got a fucking chance. But like I said before, when you make the mistakes that he made, Bud ain't gotta do shit flamboyant. Just capitalize on it. Like Ugas did. He threw a shot. He got aggressive. Ugas threw a short shot. He can be countered. Anytime you open up, you throwing a bunch of punches, it's counter punching abilities, bro. It is. And once you start getting countered, that's the worst type of punishment happen. Those don't fight. You ever play Fight Night Champions? You counter somebody and then a little flashlight come on and shit. It's the worst type of punishment to take. And a thing like Bud, he gonna build up on that. And when Bud want to fight a disciplined fight, he can fight them people who Sean Porter landed. Well, yeah, that's Sean Porter. Sean Porter might be the best athlete in the division, and that's including boots. Just pure athleticism, foot speed, hand speed. You know what I'm saying? But he slowed that whole down. With Earl Spence, he ain't nowhere near the best athlete. He just said it himself. He like Tim Duncan. Oh, I mean, it is what it is. He said it's a bad thought, but I had to realize that some of these fighters don't want to be great and take challenges. They just want easy paychecks. They want to keep nickels and dime fans and shameful hybrid logo. Yep. It's like in the NBA. Everybody think everybody got the drive, or NFL or something, Major League Baseball or Premier League. Everybody. Some people just happy to be there. Some people just happy to get $1 million check. And you got some people who, the sky's the limit. It ain't good enough. That's the difference between a lot of, somebody might just as talented as Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Magic Johnson. There's probably somebody, Lawrence Taylor and, Reggie Whyte and Joe Montana and Jerry White. Probably Barry Sanders. Probably somebody just as talented. Like that 30 for 30 on that dude, Marcus Dupree. These motherfuckers who out there just as talented, bro. But everybody don't have a lot of it is luck or blessings involved, and everybody don't have a drive. You wake up with $50 million in your bank account. Let's say $50 billion. You going to work tomorrow? And if you do, I think that I don't think you're going for all the right reasons. I think you got a point to prove. That's what waking up and still being driven. Waking up with $50 billion in your pocket, compare that. You going to hell no, I'm going to tell them to suck my, I'm going to work tomorrow, dude. Agenda crew, narrative pushing, race baiting, destroying unity, bad for man. It ain't even just that. They destroyed black boxing. They complained about the white channels, the UK channels, the Mexican channel, and that's fine. That's what they do. And they try to emulate. They try to replicate what they do, but they don't step like they step. No matter the fighter, they gonna step. Even fighters they don't talk about, you start dissing them, they gonna step. They gonna say, oh hell no, you go do them like that. But with these niggas, it ain't like, I don't have nothing to say if it's just straight pro-black. And we support non-black fighters if we can monetize them or not. If we can talk to them or not. It's just, anything that's built by black Americans, man, you know what I'm saying? No matter, I'm not talking about physically. Anything that's built with them, the groups, religions, man, I stay the hell away, man. I stay the hell away. I don't even try to plan shit with 4 black people at a time. It's just honestly, bro, it just all go to shit. I would support the movement if we blindly, I would understand the movement and I support them. I'd understand the movement if we just blindly, they blindly supporting everybody black. I want them to win. I'd be like, okay, I get it. But they trying to do what, the UK and the white box channel, Mexican, Latino, Puerto Ricans, channels try to do. But then again, they don't support everybody because it's some dumb nigga shit. Here's my link tree. You can find me everywhere here. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal by hitting that link. Yeah, fold a dog, bro. He said, I'm tired of these dudes talking about Spence like he can't be beat. Like, mom, he's an MF, but goddamn, he can be beat. That's what make the fight great. Yeah. And so can Terrence Crawford be beat. So can Usyk. So can AJ. So can Fury. So can Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So can them. Shit. They want to say Earl decided to fight Porter and Bob. Man, box Mikey. I think he gets dragged into them. He do. He tried to fight Mikey. You watch that fight again. He just didn't have enough juice in the tank. No pun intended at all. To get that out of there. This is what you called him a junk. Y'all niggas called him an alcoholic. Man, nigga, Nate Jones called him an alcoholic. Go fight Nate Jones. He the one that brought it to life. In fact, I said the other day that once he controls Spencer's lead hand, it's a wrap. Yeah. It's really a battle of footwork in that lead hand. But like I said before, man, it's a number of ways to control that lead hand. I can walk away from it. You know what I'm saying? I can counter it. I can jab with it. You know what I'm saying? I can just, I can try to hook over it. I wouldn't recommend that, but in that situation, like I said before, Floyd used to, not every day you get upper echelon fights and they literal instant classes. That's why Hagler Hearns is an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times these top fights be blowouts. It ain't what they seem to be because these niggas is match made to look good. You know what I'm saying? And Top Rank believe in their fighters. That's what it is. PBC don't say that PBC ain't the rent ain't due. Yeah. You know, the dude is for a big fight, but hey, it is what it is. How long Castano's been a PBC fighter? I would like to know. Earl Spence ain't the best athlete in the division, but he is the best alcoholic when he comes. It is what it is, man. Like I said, there's a lot of great fighters that was alcoholics, crackheads, on cocaine. I mean, I named a few on this stream, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say, say it. Some of them here, some of them not. But like I said before, Frankie Randall, Floyd Mayweather said that he was an alcoholic and he beat Chavez. I think he should have beat him twice too. There's no problem with supporting your own, but all that pushing false narrative about boxing, yeah, man, that's what they do. False narrative. I feel like we disrespecting Spence, but our disrespect comes from waiting 4 years, waiting 3 years, almost waiting 5 years. Real boxing fans, we had to wait for that shit, man. And then, if we did have to wait, there were other great fighters that mass waiting. There was other great fights that mass waiting, bro. Like, HBO was different. Their last heydays was the early 2010s. And I had HBO, man. I made sure that I had HBO. I made sure that I supported, some in their pay-per-views, first time I streamed one was Mosley Floyd Mayweather. A lot of their pay-per-views, I supported, bro. I supported that shit. Financially. And then turn around and Floyd, say that black people didn't help me get where you at, bro. Okay. Turn around, PBC had all this black talent, but ain't no big lucrative and major fights coming. Their definition of a major fight is Sean Porter, Earl Spence. That ain't no major. It was a good fight. There ain't no major fight. Y'all just have a tendency of not making the major fights. Well, y'all couldn't make Fury and AJ and Anthony Joshua and Wilder, but y'all made Wilder and Fury. Explain that shit to me. I'm telling y'all, if Crawford was any other nationality, that fight would be on a fucking trilogy. Or that shit would have already happened. I'm trying to tell y'all. People, De La Hoya get a bad rap, but De La Hoya is only doing what everybody else believe in, putting the niggas on the back and putting Hispanics on the front. I'm trying to tell y'all. That's what they believe in boxing. Floyd started complaining about De La Hoya putting Hispanics over him, Latinos over him. He turned around and fight all fucking Latino fighters. Nobody bats an eye. Come on. He didn't give no young up-and-coming brother a chance. He dodged Keith Thurman. He dodged Erislandy Lara. He dodged Earl Spence. He used Keith Thurman against Earl Spence. Come on. How can you say he an all-time great fighter and he didn't really fight the brothers like that? Ali fought them all. Norton, Shavers, Frazier, George Foreman, no matter how big, how scary, how big the punch. Faded Ali still fought Larry Holmes. Floyd Mayweather do not have a Larry Holmes on his resume. He don't fucking basically, he barely got a Trevor Burbick on there. He said, I can see fight playing out different way. Earl coming forward. Crawford's probably going to look to counter move laterally. Earl do got a good jab that can give Crawford problems, but if he could take that away. Well, Sean Porter took it away, by jabbing with him, but, that's different. Sean Porter, he come from a different angle. Bud might just walk to him. Sometimes, man, you got to walk to a motherfucker and let him know, but, it is what it is. We salivating over some shit that they ain't consistently gave us. Why do we believe that fight gonna happen? When we should have got Wilder, we should be on the Wilder Joshua. We should be done with a Wilder Joshua trilogy. But the white boy come along and Fury, and they make that fight expeditiously. Come on, Timmy, when I'm lying. And that's my issue tomorrow. It's not promised nobody to nobody. And y'all gonna make us wait 5 years. UFC wouldn't make us wait that long. Man, that shit happening. If you want to get to the program, they stripping and moving on. And then you're gonna get to the program. So it don't even matter. Oscar and Trinidad were both 26, and Al Haymon still trying to build a fight. Man, go talk about Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. I think they both was under 30. I think Ray Leonard was 28. By the time he was 30, or before he was 30, he had fought Duran twice, Benitez, and he had fought Thomas Hearns once. But we in a different time period. That motherfucker's getting $10 million to fight on ABC at 9. Fight on regular TV. PBC has too many fights with not enough dates. That's why so many of their fights complain about not. Well, yep, they only got really Showtime, and then they can't take them niggas to take a reduced date, and then when they do, they fighting on FS1. I had HBO till they stopped boxing. Showtime couldn't touch HBO in 20 years. They still can't take HBO. HBO can just do reruns, and it's still better than the fights. Showtime got to do better viewerships. Shit, remember what's the series they had on HBO? What was the name of that joint where they go Legendary Nights? Man, that they rerun Legendary Nights. That's better than Showtime boxing. Lubin and Fondora had a classic, and nobody saw it because they never released the numbers. Other than that, man, I'm about to heat up my Texas Roadhouse for tomorrow. You can check the Boxing 101 platform videos like this. This live stream will be ad free tomorrow on Spotify and Anchor. You can hit the Linktree link like right here, or it's in the description. It's pinned in the live chat, and it can take you straight to my Spotify, Anchor, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. What else we got? Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Cash App, Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Appreciate the love, support. Thumbs on the video on your way out if you haven't. So the best thing about HBO, they superior production 24/7. That's fact. Fondor Logan was deaf tough. Yup, and you never heard the viewership come out. At least I didn't. But hey, appreciate the love, support. Peace.